What's up, coolest projects? I'm Carson and I'm so excited to talk about ShockOS with you. So why did I choose to make ShockOS? Well, I bought a Raspberry Pi 4 with 8 GB of RAM with the intention of using it as a daily drivable desktop computer. But most of the desktop Linux distros that I came across either were too bare bones, too bloated, or were just poorly optimized shovelware. So I set out to create my own desktop Linux distro for the Raspberry Pi. I decided to base it off of Raspberry Pi OS because that is hands down the best optimized for the Raspberry Pi and the most compatible. So I used that with the Mate desktop environment to create ShockOS. So what was the most difficult feature to implement in the ShockOS 7.0, Garrett? Definitely the parental controls, specifically the screen time limit feature. That one's a long story, but I ran into so many roadblocks with that and it took a long time to perfect it. So what would I do differently? Well, I realized that shortly after publishing ShockOS 7.0 that storing passwords in bash variables is a very insecure thing to do. So all scripts that need root access, I'm now going to have those be executed with pkexec instead of storing the password in variables to increase the security, and that will be a new thing when ShockOS 8.0 comes out. Now there's a lot more I've done with ShockOS and I couldn't fit it all into a 2-minute video, so if you want to go check out the website or download ShockOS and use it yourself, feel free to look at those links below. Thank you so much, coolest projects.